ontology of Christian transformation. Putting off the old self, renewing the mind, and putting on the new one, the new self. Is somebody in the house? Yes. Now, we took our reading from chapter 4, presupposing that 3 earlier chapters were what? We are left out. Are we there? 3 earlier chapters were left out. And the reason is because chapter 4 stands as one of the most profound summaries of Christian anthropology. And because it is the summary of Christian anthropology, Paul deems it fit to make a very important and precise analysis of the human nature in relation to the intrinsic aspect of him. What is the intrinsic aspect of him? Now, let me change the word intrinsic to natural part of him. To the natural part of him. Are we there? Yes. Now, let me just try to explain the word ontology. It may take us the whole chapel out. Let me just focus on ontology. Those who will be privileged to do it, the exposition will follow with further details on the text. Is somebody there? Now, ontology in relation to God has to do with the presence of God, the nature of God. It has to do with who God is. It has to do with God as God in his deity. But when we talk about the topic, the ontology of Christian transformation, it has to do with you as a Christian. It has to do with you as a believer. So ontology will be considered from 2 perspectives. One, in connection or in relation to who? To God as a what? A being. Ontology connects with you as a Christian as one who believes in God. Essentially, ontology is from God because God is the I am. In other words, God is the inventor, if you like. He is the creator, if you like. He is the unmoved mover, if you like. He is the first cause among other causes, but without him being cause, if you like. God is the one who originates everything without him having originality, if you like. So the ontology of Christian transformation has much to do with you because your ontology is derivative. It's derived from the one who himself is intrinsically ontological. Oh, you are not getting it. That is the more than chapel in Canada. So for us to define the ontology of God, we have to bring some theological terms and concepts to shed light on what that ontology simply means. To define the ontology of God, we have to bring some words from some languages. For example, we may go into German. For example, we may go into what? French. For example, we may go into Latin. The reason is because those of you that are seated at this level of your theological training, you may not know that 70% of the text that you are interacting with in the English language were originally written in either Greek, Latin, German, or French. So you are dealing with second-hand Okay, I don't want to call you second hand so that you don't look second hand. Let me say you are used to secondary sources. Is that a better word? It's a better word, and since we are in a theological seminary, it's better we go with the jargons. Are we there? So you are using secondary word. Who knows this word Iblis? Is that right? Where do you think that this word is taken from? Do you know that it is an Arabic word? How many of you know that? Very few. It's Arabic word. So ashe wata kalmar da kuke ganin wai malam Bahaushe ke amfani da shi ma ya Arabic. Are we there? And when you say 1, 2, do you know that you are dealing with Arabic? Yeah. Because they are Arabic what? Numerous. And then the next one will be what? Romans what? Inana also. Inana Turanci. So the Englishman also borrowed. Are we there? So to make sense of theology, whether you like it or not, you have to live on borrowed terms, terminologies, and concepts. So this morning, we'll be examining a borrowed term from Latin to define, to make sense of the ontology of who? Of God. And the word is ase. The word is what? Ase. A-S-E. Ase. As somebody who studied theology, you know that if you have ase, you must have aseity. So the word aseity is derived from the word what? Ase. A-S-E. It's a Latin word. Now, it has to do with who God is in himself as God without any substance coming into act to the value of who God is. Is it making sense? So what do we mean by ase? Theologically, ase simply means one who has self-life. One with self-life. One with what? One they can rely at chicken. He does not only have self-life, he has self-existence. He has self-being. So existentialism is a derivative from an existing being. You know existentialism, right? Yes. It's taken from an existing being, one with self-life. So, I say, in relation to God, is simply telling us that God existed from eternity past. He is existing today. He will exist in eternity what? Future, without any element that brought him into being. There was no chemical composition that made God who he is. God took his life from himself. Intrinsically, God is self-life. God is self-existence. God is self-being. In this sense, it means that God exists without additions and without subtractions. Because you cannot bring anything to add up to who God is to become a better God, or you can take away any element from him to reduce him to somewhat. Are you getting it? So the word ontology is defined in connection to who? To God. Now, because you are a Christian, it means that you have taken something from this God who himself is what? Is a being without anything adding to his existence. In that case, we also need another Latin word to describe who we are. And the word is ablion. A-B. A-B is a word of its own, up. A-B. Then Leon. L-I-O-N. Leon. Are we done with that? Leon simply means one who exists because something else exists. In other words, if you are a living being, you are breathing, it means that the source of your breath is outside of you because your life is not intrinsically yours. So, Leon simply means one who takes his existence from an existence. So, you are existing not because the existence that makes you who you are is originally yours, but you took it from a source outside of you, out of you, more far greater than you, in order that you exist.